Hey guys, my name is Abrielle, aka Tooth Lover, and I enjoy making props and costumes based from video games. In my last video, I made Trapper's Bear Trap from the game Dead by Daylight, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I made my Dead by Daylight palette prop. If you didn't watch my last video, I am working on a prop making series where I am making life-sized Dead by Daylight props, mostly for an upcoming Halloween parade float, but also just because why not? Anyways, without further ado, let's get on with the video. I'm starting off this project by painfully cutting out all of the palette's wooden boards. This part took a while only because my blade did not want to cut at all. The two vertical boards are made out of pink insulation foam and the horizontal boards are made out of 10mm EVA foam. My boss is also making a quick appearance here. She just wanted to stop through and do a quick inspection. She told me that I better use my cutting mat before I scratch up my floor worse than it already is. With my cutting mat down and my blade sharpened, I can now cut out all of the horizontal boards. And wow, who knew that using the cutting mat for what it's actually made for makes the whole process so much easier. Once I had everything cut out, I did a quick test run to see if I liked the palette's size. The palette ended up being 4 foot 6 inches tall and 2.5 feet wide. I based these measurements mostly off of my size. I am 5 foot 2. When I was actually in game playing a character relatively close to my size, the palette is actually way taller than mine ended up being. I just didn't end up having enough material, so I made it work. Okay, I'm getting off track. So anyways, next I added all of the jagged and weathered edges to the ends of the boards. I used a variety of blades, as you can tell. I ended up just using scissors because it was more reliable in the end. With that done, I started adding all of the wood grain using my soldering iron. I attempted doing this with my rotary tool and the results weren't as good as I wanted. I think this was because I heat sealed the foam before attempting to add the wood grain, so it just made the process a little more difficult. But in the end, I think that the wood grain texture turned out great, so it worked out. And then it was time to paint. I gave all of the boards their respective colors using spray paint as a base, and then I hand painted the rest. I typically love the painting process, however, it was the beginning of January when I was working on this, and the paint took forever to dry because it was so cold out. Basically what this whole process looked like was I was spray painting outside and then moving everything inside next to the fire to dry, and just back and forth. For the hand painting part, I moved everything inside so that me and the paint would both not freeze. I gave all the boards a more thorough base coat using a dark brown. I then followed up with a few lighter brown dry brushes. I used some watered down black paint for a dark wash to detail all of the crevices, and then finally I did one more light dry brush to bring in some lighter brown back on top. I followed all of these same steps for all of the other boards. With everything painted, it was then time to glue all of the boards together. I used hot glue for pretty much all of this because I did not have the patience to wait for any other glue to dry. However, hot glue is definitely not the most durable glue to use. Since finishing this, I have had a few of the boards fall apart or just come unglued when I was trying to move them around, and I've just been re-gluing them and it's been working out. Like I said, it's not the most durable, but it's okay for me. So here is the palette all glued together and a quick comparison from its size to me. Next, I wanted to make all of the nails, so I am using oven bake Sculpey clay for this. I basically just rolled out a flat sheet and then I used a really wide straw that I have and just cut out a bunch of little notches. Notches? Are they notches? Is that circles? I don't know. Is a notch a circle? What is a notch? I don't know. Anyways, I made a variety of different shaped nails. I pretended to make some screws, but I didn't end up using them, and I made a bunch of little bent nails that I personally think are such a cool detail. For the sheet metal scrap pieces, I'm using dollar store foam board, adding modeling paste for a rusty texture, and then painting. Painting corroded metal might be my most favorite thing ever. I started with a black base and then did a stippled silver coat, and then I made the rust using a mixture of browns, oranges, and reds. I just built up all of the layers of paint until it feels right. For these little pipe looking things that hang off the top, I am using a 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe that I bent into shape using my heat gun. The paint process for these are similar to the metal sheets. I just gave them a black base coat, stippled on some silver, and then added rust. And then it was finally time to attach everything. Once again, I used hot glue for all of the attachments. Not the most durable method, but that's just a problem for future me. I started by attaching all of the sheet metal first to ensure that everything would fit into their proper spots. The boss also dropped in once more to check my progress and make sure everything was coming together. Next, I attached all of the pipe thingies. I was a little nervous that these weren't going to stick well, but they have held up pretty well at this point, so we're good. I then attached all of the nails and then painted them, and then I added a few more dirty spots to all of the boards. I then used the power of editing to attach the ropes super easy, painless, and fast. And then for my very final step, I just added some watered down brown paint to give the rope a little more weathering. I mean, come on, can you really have too much weathering? And with that, the palette prop is done. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this project. I personally love how this thing turned out. I also just kind of think that it is funny that I own this now. Be sure to stick around for my next Dead by Daylight prop making videos. I have so many ideas planned. Such ideas include a hook, a locker, maybe a generator, but you guys can also give me more ideas. I want to make so many things from the game. I hope to see you in the next one, and goodbye.